Well, hi ho, folks, and welcome back to Timeout with Turwinkle. It's August 7th, 2015, and so let's hop right in, shall we? Well, there won't be much hopping actually going on. I, I hurt my leg at work. It's pretty badly, and I tore the plantaris tendon or ruptured it, and so a lot of pain Saturday night into Sunday morning, and so I've got a funny story about that at the end here. So hang on to that. So that would be the reason why there was no time out with Turwinkle on Sunday or Monday, because again I was recuperating, and I do have to go into a doctor's appointment today to see what kind of therapy I have to go through and whatnot, and what kind of light duty I have to do at work. And so it's going to be an interesting week to be sure. But with that said, yesterday I was able to record a wonderful Turwinkle Talks with Morwhelp, and so that should be up and coming. I really had a great time and want to thank him again for taking the time to sit down with me and tell me all about his wonderful role play that he does over on Moonguard. He's an excellent role player and one that I've enjoyed role playing with over the years. Whether he knew it or not, I role played with him with several other tunes, and so had a great time with him. And it's a great episode, and so I hope everybody checks that out. And that should be up, I'm hoping, by tomorrow. I'll start editing and rendering that, as a matter of fact, as soon as I get done with this. There was no elaborate quattro this week due to Easter Sunday. The elaborate quattro took a little time off to be with family and friends. Again, I spent my morning in the ER. Again, there's a funny story coming up, so hang on. And so no elaborate quattro this week, but we will be right on track, hopefully very soon. Tarkanis and I have been doing a lot of Planetside 2, and if you folks would like to join us, please do so. We are currently on the Connery server on the Vanu side, and we're having a lot of fun with that. So if you're interested in joining us to do that, just email us at jpalm316@gmail.com, or just put an ask in the submission box at the lookingforroleplay.com .tumblr.com Tumblr site, and say, hey, I would like to join you guys on your Planetside 2, and we would love to have you. We'd love to have a Planetside 2 squad going around. We've been just having a ball with that game over the past week or so, and I'm getting a little better. I can fly a little bit and drive somewhat, and I can somewhat snipe and have a lot of fun. And that's what it's all about, is just having a good time. In the game, again, finished episode 120, and we'll be doing more of that this week. Upcoming this week, we've also got our listener and questions episode that we'll be doing on Wednesday night, recording Wednesday night, and you folks will get the chance to listen to that episode on Friday. And that is all about listener questions that we've had kind of stocking up, and so we're going to go through and answer a lot of those questions that you fine folks have sent us. And also, this last week, if you haven't heard or listened to the latest episode of the Looking for Roleplay podcast, we talk about all things Pandaren and had a great time doing that. And a wonderful interview with Shu about his Pandaren roleplay on the Turwinkle Talks segment. Dravi did an awesome job with her Dravi details, and Tark, of course, hit it out of the ballpark with Tark's Tales. And so do come and check it out. Learn everything there is to know about the Pandera, including we talk about Mogu painting in real life and some of the real life influences in the game. And we, again, had a great time with that. So with that said, we will also be on the Wormcast this week, so check us out there. And the Wormcast is a wonderful podcast put on by Zortz and Zen, and so go check them out as well. And again, we will be on that podcast coming this week, so we're going to have a fun time with that as well. So with all that said, and all those things to look forward to, I know you've been waiting to hear about this funny story that happened to me in the ER. Now, I had hobbled my way into the ER at the hospital. None of the clinics and stuff were open due to it being Easter Sunday. And so I hobbled into the ER and, signed in and waited. And they called me in. And now you're in that little room before you go to your room in the ER. And so they get all your general information, like your blood pressure and all that good stuff. So they got They were taking my blood pressure. They had the the thing they put on your arm, and the thing they put on your finger to check your blood pressure, and they're asking your height and weight and all that good stuff. And as she was doing that, there was a call for a cardiac event, and so she had to leave. And so I'm there with the pad on the thing on my arm and the thing on my finger, and I'm just sitting there, and I'm waiting, and 5 minutes goes by, and 10 minutes go by, and 15 minutes go by, and I'm still sitting there with this thing on my arm and this on my finger. I'm like, hello, anybody? And so finally, another nurse walked by, and she peeks her head back and goes, is your nurse with you? I said, no. And she goes, oh, well, I'm so sorry. I said, I understand that certainly a cardiac event takes precedence over, my hurt leg, but because I wasn't, an immediate death situation. And so as she was going along, and what makes this even a little funnier is she asked, do I have any allergic reaction to any medication? And I said, yes, penicillin. She said, well, how do you know that? I said, well, my mom told me. And she goes, oh, well, yes, we'll definitely put that in there, especially if mom told you. That tends to be the best diagnosis of them all. And certainly my mother had been told when I was born that I am allergic to penicillin. And so that's always been with me from the time growing up to where I am now. But that's important. When your mom gives you a diagnosis, you take that as fact, folks. And unless a doctor disagrees. But, again, usually mom trumps that. So... So with that, folks, we will let you go, and hopefully we'll get everything back on track. And I will certainly keep you updated on the leg. I've got the big boot on it right now, the big boot cast where you Velcro it on, and it's got all the things, keeps the leg still, and the medication and whatnot. So, the leg actually feels a lot better. We'll see how we feel after what the doctor, they like to push and prod and all that good stuff, but we'll see how it feels after. But I will keep you folks apprised of how my leg's doing, and I want to thank everybody that has sent well wishes to me, and I really appreciate it, and thank each and every one of you for those. So with that, we'll let you go. You folks have a good day today, and we will talk to you soon. Bye-bye.